As we all know, Warzone is definitely not a new game. Since it came out in March 10th, 2020, yeah, it's been out for that fucking long. There have been so many changes, and so many more dogshit ones with that. So today, we're gonna be dressing a little formal, and letting you know whether Warzone is still worth playing in 2021. So basically, I'm gonna segment this video into 3 different parts. General updates, Cold War integration, and unfortunately, hackers.
It's the game! Oh my god. It sucks! Playing the shit!
And at the end, I'm gonna give my final opinion. With all that said, let's jump right into the video. So when Warzone initially came out, the game's updates were just plain great, to be honest. Buffs and nerfs here and there, but nothing crazy, you know? If a gun was added to Modern Warfare, it would then be added to Warzone. But after a little bit, the greedy bastards at Infinity Ward figured out a little pattern. If they added a new gun, buffed the bejesus out of it, then people would use it. And when a gun is broken, like, people want to use it, like, it's common sense, come on. But then they have to do one more thing, a cherry on top, one might say. They added a bundle for the gun, usually with the best attachments, and surprise, surprise, people bought the fucking packs.
Did I see that shit right?
This was my first red flag. Like, it literally felt like a scam in itself, and it low-key was. It's a kind of cycle. I personally call it the new gun meta cycle. You see, it starts off innocently with them adding a gun. Everything's great. Everyone likes new guns, you know? But then they make it broken, people want to use it, and they sell a pack, and everyone buys it. Like, ta-da! Then they nerf the gun into oblivion and wait for another new gun to buff, and the cycle is repeated. This, like, I don't even know what to call it, marketing strategy just changed the meta for the game, like, every month. Meaning you always had to level up a new gun, get good with it, until eventually tossing it. Look, this would be fine if it didn't turn most guns into a pea shooter by comparison. This leads to my second issue with the general game. The sheer amount of fucking guns available to you. Modern Warfare itself, as of right now, has 46 fucking primaries available to your disposal. But then of course, Cold War had to launch, on a side note, the biggest downrate in COD history. Thank God the engine didn't switch to this arcadey garbage that is Cold War. Back to what I was saying though, Cold War guns plus Modern Warfare guns brings our total primaries in Warzone to, drum roll please, 82 fucking guns. And look, I know I'm dropping the F-bomb a lot right now, cause what the shit is that? And that doesn't include the 20 secondaries you can pick either. So look, this is the issue. Everyone knows that variety is good, but when you add this much variety, like 100 guns, all the guns feel bland and unoriginal. Bruh. Because frankly, they're just reskins of another gun. And this goes into my next problem with the Cold War integration to Warzone, the ground loot. If this game was meant to be a mix of Modern Warfare and Cold War, why did they take out the Modern Warfare ground loot? As of right now, and the past few months actually, only Cold War guns spawn on the ground, and your Modern Warfare loadouts are only obtainable through, you guessed it, the loadout drop. This isn't really a big issue, it's more of a smaller thing, but I just find it really annoying and kind of useless. It feels like they're trying to like push some agenda onto me to use Cold War guns. And I'm sick of this like marketing bullshit. I don't need them to spoon feed me what gun to use.
Knock knock, I want to come in.
The final thing about the Cold War / Modern Warfare integration is that the event made no sense. Like, there was some huge hype about a big map change. Like, everything was gonna be different. People were hyping this shit up as if it was gonna be a new game. But yeah, it wasn't. It was just a glorified reskin of old Verdansk. Also, the event made no sense. Why did we go back to 1984? Was it the rocket, or like the missile, or was it like just for fun? At this point, I'd rather see a live Travis Scott concert from Fortnite than this BS. Like, the Fortnite event made more sense, and I felt like I was on like ecstasy watching it.
It's the guy from Fortnite!
This moves us down to our final point of concern, the player base, aka Hackers. Hackers have been flooding Warzone. And with how weak the Warzone anti-cheat is, or the lack thereof, I don't really blame them. While it's annoying, it's sometimes funny to see how oblivious these people are.
Boom. Bam. Bop. Bada bop boom. Oh.
And look, at this point, there's a bunch of shit they're using. I know there's like a Cronus, there's some other shit, but it doesn't really matter because it's all the same. It just like gives them the unfair advantage as usual. And yeah, while it's annoying, I really don't think it's the end of the world. Now with all of my negative pieces out of the way, I want to give you guys some positives. Because I feel like I've been using Warzone as like my punching bag.
I'm dying. Help me.
Alright, number one. Personally, I have never had an experience with a hacker. I don't know if that's because of my good luck, or I just don't get into the end game very often, but I really haven't. Also, Infinity Ward has been trying to cut down the number of hackers, so I tip my hat to them, and you know, props to them for trying. Number two, gunfights. Gunfights are still those classic Call of Duty gunfights, unless if you get shot in the back. But that's on you. Like, I swear to God, there's gotta be some like drugs or like special sauce in the code for the Modern Warfare gunfights, cause like, this shit is busted. Alright, honestly, at this point, I'm gonna just cut the formality and I'm gonna be real with y'all. This shit is still fun. Like, look, if you go in with the mindset that it's gonna be ass, it's gonna be ass. I know I sound like every motivational speaker right now, but I'm right. So look, now that it's summer, tell your friends to hop on. Hopefully they don't ditch you like all of my friends. And you can be playing till 2 a.m. Seriously, I mean it. Even solos is still fun. Like, look at me right here. I am racking shit up and I am having a blast. It doesn't matter that I didn't win because I had like, what, 11 kills? Like, it was fun. Like, that game prompted me to make this video. So look, you want my final consensus?
Yes, I do.
Play. Who cares if the new guns are OP? If Cold War is ass and supposedly the hackers. If you're playing the game and having fun, then play the game and have fun. Games don't have to be perfect in order to play them. And even though, yes, Warzone does not live up to its former glory, that doesn't mean you drop the game entirely. If you're one of those waiting for the next COD game, Vanguard, this is more than enough to hold you till it comes out. And look, if you've watched all the way through this video, you're clearly listening to what I have to say, so just trust me. Hop back on, and you'll have more fun than you thought.
A few moments later.
Or maybe not. Just kidding. That was a joke. Play the fucking game.